Hello, me TPDs. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a relaxed get ready with me using products that I haven't really used in a while. It's not so much a get ready with me with the products I forgot about, because I still use these products, but I just maybe haven't used them in a little while. So there's some that I want to retest, like the Bite Beauty Changemaker powder. I want to retest this Superstay Matte Ink Crayon. I have a mascara that I've been loving, actually, surprisingly, that I want to reuse, a highlight that I haven't used in a while. So if you guys like these more relaxed videos, be sure to let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. When I'm filming this, it is, let's see, April 18th. So I just had my birthday. Ow, I was gonna go like this, and no, this is the way to shake it. My birthday was April 16th, so I am now 26 years old. Very weird. I am going in with the Dermablend Pore Saver Matte Makeup Primer. This tends to get runny like really easily, so I don't know if that's just the formula. It didn't start out that runny. We were going to have like a really fun evening out with some friends and family, but that didn't happen because of the virus. So I just had dinner with my mom and my stepdad and my husband, and that was really good. I got the, what is it, berry chiffon cake from Whole Foods. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not had that cake, you need to try it because it is so good. I'm gonna kind of mix two foundations today, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. Going through this phase where I'm like testing out all of my foundations that I haven't used in a little while. I'm like, I don't even remember my thoughts about these because I've gotten so like in the groove of using the products that I know I really like. I think this Vitalist foundation is not made anymore. I'll see if I even get any out. So yeah, this Healthy Elixir foundation is definitely darker. As you can see, I am a little darker. I've been using a cell tanner, so I feel like I can actually wear some of these foundations now. This is so dark for me, and it's the lightest shade. CoverGirl really needs to get different shades for their foundations. It does not suit most fair skin types. CoverGirl, what are you even thinking? I'm just gonna like mix the two together. How are you guys holding up in this whole quarantine thing? I don't really know what day this video will go up, so I don't know if we will like still be in quarantine when this goes up, but I am getting a little stir crazy. Oh, this is lighter, okay. I don't know about you guys. Chris and I have been trying to go on walks and hikes as safely as we can, but it's hard because it's been snowing on and off here in Colorado, so we can't really hike when it's snowing. The last couple weekends, it's literally just snowed. Okay, this is so nice going on. It's sitting very, very nice on the skin. So some of the things that Chris and I have been doing to like kill the time, I've been doing lots of reading. We've been watching lots of House. We're currently on like season 3 of House, I think, but it feels like we've been watching it forever. I mean, those episodes are long. We've been, like I said, going on walks, going on hikes on the weekends when it's not snowing, but it's still, I don't know, it just feels like I really miss the outside and just interacting with people. I feel like this pandemic is really just emphasizing how much we're social creatures. Even if you like your alone time, we need other people, like we just do. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I feel like the honeymoon phase has kind of gone away. It's like not as fun being home all the time anymore. Like I just really miss going out to eat and doing social things with friends and family, going to movies, going to concerts, like just everything that we normally do involves usually lots of people, which I didn't really realize. Going to downtown Denver, going into the mountains. Like we can't do any of that because they don't want us to travel anywhere else. Taking the Bite Beauty Supercharged, I always get this wrong, Changemaker powder. I don't remember if this really keeps me matte. Like I don't really know, so I'm gonna see about it today. Usually we go into the mountains, we go up to Red Rocks, we do lots of travel around Colorado, whether it's going to downtown or to the mountains. We can't snowboard, like we only went snowboarding once this season. We went up for a trip with my dad and we stayed like 3 days, but maybe 2 days, I don't remember. But like we had passes that we were going to use. You know, it's getting to the end of the season and it's all closed now. I don't know, you guys. It's just like, I don't know if you guys are feeling this, but I am definitely feeling the impact of staying home. And I think, honestly, I think it hit me this last week. For some reason, it was like week 5 of stay at home. Not necessarily stay at home order, but like stay at home working from home in the school that I work at being closed. set it down really nicely. I just don't remember if this mattifies necessarily. It feels like we should be more productive because we're at home, right? Like that's, I think, how it feels. It's like normally when I'm home on the weekends, I try to get as much done as I can because that's my only time when I'm home. But now it's kind of like, oh, I'm home all the time. I don't really want to do anything because I'm home all the time. And I think there's a lot of pressure to be productive and a lot of pressure to like work out every day and make the most of your time. But I also think it's important to realize that this is like a worldwide trauma that people are going through, that we're all going through right now. And just because we're home doesn't necessarily mean that like the world is in a good place, you know? I don't know, it just makes it harder to like do what we think we should be doing. I saw this post the other day on Facebook and it was like, it just talked about like the expectation of what we're supposed to be doing and like what our lives are supposed to look like in the new normal. And it was kind of like, you're okay and you're enough just being. Like you don't have to work out every day. You don't have to be super productive and like learn a bunch of new hobbies and do all of these things and to fill your time at home. Like you can just be, and that's okay. And that doesn't determine your worth, whether you're like being productive or not. I don't know. Are you guys feeling that? I feel like I see that stigma going around of like people should be productive and doing things, and like it's okay just to give your brain some time to process and to do nothing. I am notorious for filling my time all the time doing everything I possibly can. So it feels very weird giving myself permission to not do something. And there's actually, I've been reading a lot and like just kind of growing my mindset, I think, in that, oh, this is the Too Faced Sweet Pea Sweethearts bronzer, and I'm gonna put this in my crease as well. I don't know, I've been doing a lot of internal searching and listening to podcasts and reading and watching talks and stuff, that it's like somehow your mood is dependent on the situation. So, okay, I'll be happier when I have read this book. I'll be happier when I've worked out. Like I can't be happy until I have done that. I hope I'm making sense to you guys, but it's like your mindset can only receive joy and peace and rest and comfort when you've done something to earn it. But you don't need to earn it. Like you can just give yourself that grace without being like, well, I have to do this in order to receive some kind of something in return. Like you can just be and allow yourself to like do things just because, rather than having it be like, well, I have to clean my entire house before I can rest. Like you can just rest. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but I feel like this time is really just like allowed everyone to become a little bit more introspective and like look inward a little bit and think about life, you know? Not everyone does that very often. Taking the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine blush, I don't know, people don't really look inward most of the time, I think, and think about like the concept of life and of community and like all of these big things that go into life. But now I feel like people have more time to do that, you know? So I think that's what I've been doing. Taking the Urban Decay Afterglow Powder Highlight in the shade Sin. Remember when everyone was obsessed with these? They're really not amazing. Like they just are not wonderful. They're good. They're not bad. But so anyway, that's kind of where my mind has been lately. It's just like been a lot of thinking about the world and thinking about more than just my own self, like outside of my being. I'm considering all these things. All right, I'm gonna do my brows. I've been really enjoying this Makeup Revolution brow gel, and I start with this. I just kind of run it through my brows without going in with a pencil first, and I go very lightly in the inner part, and then I add a little bit more pressure as I go towards the arch. And it doesn't have to be perfect when you first apply this, but it just kind of builds up, gives your brows a little bit of definition and volume. And I really like the shade of this too. So kind of like that. They're not, like I said, they're not perfect, but I'm gonna go in with a pencil just to define the rest of it, like the front and the tail part. I was trying to make a lot of points there, and my brain was just kind of going all over the place. I've been struggling with motivation. Like it just feels like I do so much at home now with work and with like, I'm just here all the time, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to be here all the time. Like, I want to be doing things, and that doesn't really set me up for a mindset of like wanting to be motivated or productive, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm so productive and I work so hard during the workday because I have to now. This is how my job looks. I'm doing technically telehealth therapy. So like over video and stuff and over phone with kids. I don't know. I feel like I just bust my butt all day when I'm working, and then when I'm like have some free time, I'm like, oh, I just want to do nothing. But that's hard when I have like commitments and things like YouTube and just things that I've like told myself I want to do in my spare time. It just makes it harder now because I feel like I just don't have the motivation to do it. So I'm taking the e.l.f. brow pencil. I feel like this brow's getting really big. Like, what is happening? It's growing. Just very lightly adding some definition to the arch and then out towards the end. I feel like going in with the brow gel first though, like in the front part, just gives a little bit more of a natural front part of my brow. I am going to take the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. This used to be my favorite palette. It's still really, really good if you just want some mattes. I'm gonna take just a fluffy brush, go in with the dark chocolate shade right here. It's called Chocolate Cookie. Yum. That's another thing that I've been struggling with, which I think kind of everyone is like snacking and food and being around the kitchen all the time. Like, I have to remind myself, like, okay, I'm not hungry, I'm just bored. Taking that on a pencil brush and just running it under my lower lashes. I'm gonna take this new mascara, well, kind of new. I got it in a sample, I think it's called. It's the Smashbox Super Fanned Out Mascara. You guys, this is the closest thing that I think I will ever find to the CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion. I've never found a high-end mascara or just another mascara that I enjoy as much as the CoverGirl one. I think this is like equal with it. I haven't looked at the price or anything, so I have no idea how expensive this really is, but this is what the wand looks like. It looks very similar to the CoverGirl one. This just gives my lashes like the same effect that the CoverGirl one does. One thing Chris and I have been doing a lot is playing Animal Crossing. I don't know if you guys know of Animal Crossing or have played it in the past, but it's so much fun. He used to play it when he was younger. I never did. I didn't know what it was. And so we got it for the Nintendo Switch, and it has been so helpful. Feeling like we're not stuck inside all the time, giving ourselves something to distract ourselves with, and like working towards something. Like, I feel like I could be productive in the game, so I don't have to be as productive in my life. I feel like I go in waves of reading. I either read a lot or I read like not at all. So I'm trying to give myself a challenge of reading a chapter of a book every day, regardless of what time. We've been trying to read a little bit before bed every night, but that's been really hard with the quarantine. I feel like my sleep schedule has totally gone out the window. There's nights we've stayed up really late playing Animal Crossing probably, and which also hasn't really helped my well-being. I think I need good sleep. I need a consistent schedule. Everyone does, whether you think you do or not. Your body thrives on your sleep schedule, and when you change it up all the time, it gets really dysregulated. So I am trying really hard to get back into the going to bed by 10:30 and waking up at the same time every day kind of thing. So I don't know, I'm curious how you guys are staying busy, how you're staying sane through all this. I feel like in the beginning it was like, oh, this is new, different, and kind of fun. And now it's like, let me out of my house. Some of it is I can go outside and do things like go to the grocery store and whatever, but it feels yucky going because then I have to put on a mask and I'm fearful, and there's just a lot of other things that I never used to think about when I'm interacting with other people. So I don't know, I can, and it just makes it really hard now. And I wonder what new normal is gonna look like, because I don't think we will get back to the normal that was before coronavirus, I don't think we will be allowed to do that kind of normalcy before, and I think that people will be fearful and like not want to. I hope this video isn't like too focused or makes you guys anxious or whatever, but like this is the world right now, and I feel like if we don't talk about it, we increase its control and power over our brain, and if we talk about it too much, the same thing happens. So like monitor, you know, what you are allowing your brain to consume, because too much of talking about this cannot be good, but at the same time, like avoiding it just feels like we're tiptoeing around it, you know? So I don't know. It's just my thoughts and it's where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna take the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon in the shade something. Laugh Louder. I really like this shade. It's a bright orange. I don't really have a red lip liner. I have been using lip liner though. It's like a new thing in my routine. We did get a date, by the way, for the Half Dome. I don't know if you guys were following, but we submitted like into the lottery for the Half Dome in Yosemite in California, and we got a date. It's July 16th, but I don't know if it'll be open, and I don't know if the cables will be up, because they sent out an email that it was like they don't know when it's gonna open the park, and even if it is open, like the cables might not be up in time. So I don't really know if we will be. I think that as we get closer, we'll have a better idea. I guess how the next month or two goes really is gonna tell us, because right now when I'm filming this, it's still like 3 months away. A lot can happen in 3 months. Oh, that is cool. I just tried the sharpener piece. That is fun. I like these, and I don't think that they last as long as the liquid lipstick formula does, but I do really like how you apply it, and I like the formula. So right now we just kind of have to assume that we're going, and we still have to kind of train like we are going, except, so here's the thing, is because they've closed the trailheads and stuff and they don't want us going into the mountains, it limits what we can train on pretty significantly. We do live within walking distance to Table Mountain, so here in Colorado. So that has been extremely helpful because we've been able to practice on that. And it has a pretty good elevation gain. So it's not like we cannot practice, it's just a lot harder to practice because we don't have as many options. This isn't as neon-y as I was remembering. Like it looks way more bright in the container, but it's fine. I am having to overdraw my lips a little bit because I messed up on this side. I feel like I do need like a red lip liner in life because this would have been so much easier if I had a red lip liner. So yeah, I mean, I think that right now everyone is just facing so much uncertainty. Like no one knows what to expect. No one knows when things are going to lift. No one knows what's going to happen when they lift, or, you know, a month from now looks like. That is so unsettling to me, to lots of people who struggle with change and needing things to be a little bit more certain. Like it's just, wow, my hair is doing its own thing. I think it's really easy to let our brains like go blah during this time. And I guess I just want to end this video saying that like, I'm with you guys. I see you guys. I know that right now is really hard. It sucks for everyone, and know that we won't be here forever. Things may not look the same as they did, but we won't be here forever. And know that like you're not alone in your feelings, because everyone is feeling the same way that you are. I myself am feeling that way too, and I'm just trying to find like little points of light that I can look forward to or see as like a silver lining, because I think everyone needs that right now. So fill your life, fill your time with as much joyful things as you can, because that's, I think, what's going to get us through this. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on how you guys are handling the time right now, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.